My biggest issue was कि उसमें एक shot है जिसमें I have to be on a harness, the death scene. तो harness के लिए ना उसमें छेद कर रहे थे, तो मेरा दिमाग सनक गया. मैंने कहा यार बट ये मेरी शर्ट में आप छेद कर रहे हो. So they're like, yeah, so we'll get another shirt. I said, no. My shirt. I want my shirt. I'd never seen a girl with that much range.
Hi guys, welcome back to What's Your Story. I am your very reliable and very nervous host Pratiksha Mishra, and today we have with us Ali Fazal. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
पहली बात तो मुझे बताओ विकिपीडिया पे इन्फॉर्मेशन करेक्ट है कि नहीं है?
नहीं
है ना. वेरी गुड. ये ले जाओ क्वेश्चन वापस सारे. स्टार्टिंग स्क्रैच से बात करेंगे.
नहीं मतलब काफी थोड़ा इधर उधर है.
बट दिल्ली में तो जन्म हुआ था ना, उतना तो करेक्ट है. हाँ ठीक है. तो वो जर्नी आप बताओ. पहले तो दिल्ली और लखनऊ से शुरू करते हैं. बचपन आपका कैसा गया इन जो जगहों पे? बेसिकली
दिल्ली मुझे याद नहीं है.
बहुत ही छोटे.
हाँ मैं पैदा हुआ था.
तब मेमोरी थोड़ा नहीं रहती,
धुंधली रहती है. लखनऊ में मैं बड़ा हुआ. I grew up in my grandparents' home with my mother and मेरे फादर बाहर थे, काम पे थे, तो हाँ छुट्टी उनसे मिल लेते थे. क्लास 7 तक मैंने वहाँ पढ़ाई की. 7th and 8th से एक्चुअली डून शुरू होता है, डून स्कूल. Our real shaping happens there, you know.
Yeah, because my friend is from Belham, तो बहुत कुछ सुना है हमने दून के बारे में भी.
तो
but how was that time? क्योंकि boarding school के नाम से तो डराते थे हमें बचपन में. You actually went there.
Yeah.
So how was that experience of like being in a boarding school, that too in Doon?
I mean, at first it is as good as any other. You know, आप बिछड़ रहे हो फैमिली से, so it is cathartic, that experience जो हम फिल्मों में देखते थे या सुनते थे, and then suddenly it's happening and you're like, oh my god. But you realize like it's important. It works, gives you routine, teaches you to be street smart, and be able to live on your own. That's the one thing I really learned, like to be able to adapt in any situation in the world. हम लोग कहीं भी डाल दो.
But then Bombay आना जो हुआ, was it because of acting or was it because of
no studies
ना then?
हाँ but acting का चस्का चढ़ गया था. but ये नहीं पता था कि करियर बन सकता है, because again knowledge नहीं थी. मैं तो दिल्ली जाने वाला था, तो I think that little creative freedom बॉम्बे में मिल जाएगा. some interesting things will happen. तो वो मैंने थोड़ा मैनिपुलेट करके I got myself in Xavier's.
यहाँ थोड़ा एक्सेस भी है ना इंडस्ट्री से, चाहे जो भी हो.
हाँ मतलब आसपास कुछ हो रहा है. Like I thought चल थिएटर हो जाएगा. That time NSD चेक किया, उसकी क्राइटेरिया बड़ी लंबी चौड़ी होती है, तो मैंने कहा ये तो कभी लेंगे ही नहीं. Yeah, and I remember checking FTI also, but that was a post-grad this thing course. So I said college तो करना ही है. The plan was to do my MBA. I interned with the United Nations. दिल्ली UNDP में I remember.
हाँ UNDP.
Yeah, Lodi में. And UN usually takes you on contracts, so but you need to do your postgrad. So I want to do my masters from Boston. But by second year college फिर ना मेरी फिल्म हो गई और फिर सब उल्टा हो गया. फिर तो क्या कैमरा ने थोड़ा धोखे दिए और it was just too addictive.
ये होता है सपनों के साथ, you're just like अरे
है ना,
you get something gets fulfilled and you're like oh I guess यही करना था.
हाँ it's like one thing led to another. मतलब just before college मेरी लाइफ का एम था स्कूल में कि मैं I want to represent my country in athletics, in sports, in basketball, hockey, क्योंकि we were always into sports in school and a lot of them. मेरा हाथ टूट गया, then life changed, I moved on. Then that's how debating and acting started.
But हाथ टूटने के बाद
हाँ तो वो एक I suppose it was destiny.
तो स्टार्टिंग के दिन कैसे थे of being an actor? I'm assuming तब तो even like things like social media and reels and stuff were not that popular, so to become
मैं कोई रिलेक हूँ क्या मतलब?
अरे reels तो अभी आया ना.
हाँ रील भी तो है. मेरी पहली फिल्म एक्चुअली रिलीज ही नहीं हुई. उसका ट्रेलर है अभी भी कहीं. हाँ यूट्यूब पे FTI में पड़ी हुई है. सईद अख्तर मिर्ज़ा ने रिलीज़ की थी, बनाई थी. उसके बाद हुआ फिर then 3 Idiots started, I think end of second year or something. फिर one odd ads happened and I was like oh wow. And मैं तो एक टाइम पे कॉल सेंटर भी ज्वाइन करने वाला था. इन सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग आई फाउंड अ जॉब. ऐसे ये कर लूँगा तो पैसे आ जाएंगे, तो फिर मैं देन आई कैन गिव माई टाइम टू एक्टिंग. Because I think third year college, finally I called my father. It was this big, friends wala moment in my life कि
नहीं चाहिए.
हाँ नहीं चाहिए. My friend is also standing behind me and saying कि हाँ cool, PCO पे खड़े हैं हम लोग. आज भी याद है Xavier's के झुमकास साइड वहाँ पे. So yeah, and I made the call. I said I don't need any money. I'm fine. I'll manage. And obviously, and that Kamina, he's my friend. He's telling me I'm also I'm with you. Yeah. Cut to 3 months, he was still getting money from his dad. So, as much as I regretted it that time, I don't regret that decision. I think it was yeah.
बट जेवियर्स पे तो कैनी वैनी तो बहुत गए होंगे, और पास में जो है एस्टैब्लिशमेंट्स 2-3.
हाँ.
हाँ तो स्टूडेंट लाइफ वही तो है.
हाँ मतलब जो अफोर्ड कर पाते थे, पैसा आ जाता था तो जाफरान जाते थे.
हाँ, तब तो फिर जब हाथ में पैसे आ जाते थे, मैंने कहा क्या
स्टार्ट ऑफ द मंथ
या फर्स्ट के 4-5 दिन.
हमारी ना एक बड़ी वो थी आदत कि हम वंस अ मंथ वी यूज्ड टू गो फॉर द बुफेज. ताज या ऐसा कुछ 5 स्टार में जो बुफेज नहीं होते हैं, क्योंकि उसमें बहुत होता है. तो 1,000 रुपए का कुछ था अनलिमिटेड. तो हम लोग थे भी उस टाइप के कि सूट,
हाँ
एक ही
जाएंगे
सूट
तो
था,
फिर
वो पहन के जाते थे इंग्लिश. कैसा बॉस लाइक वॉकिंग लाइक या. उस वक्त मैं हॉस्टल में रह रहा था, तो होटल वाले जान गए थे बिकॉज वीकेंड की रातें मैंने मे बी सारे बॉम्बे के जो टाउन साइड है ना, सारे 5 स्टार होटल्स में गुजारी होगी. नॉट इवन टाउन साइड एक्चुअली, दादर ऑनवर्ड्स, बिकॉज पूना से बस वहीं आती है ना.
दादर
तो यूज्ड टू एंड अप, आई यूज्ड टू टेक द लास्ट वन, एंड वो इट यूज्ड टू बी कमिंग अराइविंग पास्ट आर हॉस्टल टाइमिंग्स. तो अब रात गुजारनी होती थी कहीं, तो बिजनेस लाउंज जो होता है ना होटल्स का, वहाँ चले जाते थे. लैपटॉप पे वो चार्जर मिल गया फ्री का, एक कॉफ़ी के पैसे बजटेड है, तो वो एक कॉफ़ी जो चलानी है. अब वो
फिर वो उठने को बोल देंगे, नहीं तो वो एक कॉफ़ी पीनी पड़ती है.
हाँ वरना उठने को बोल देंगे. बट नाउ यू आर अ बिजनेसमैन हुज कम एंड इट्स लाइक वेरी.
आप सईद अख्तर मिर्जा की बात कर रहे थे, उन्होंने भी आपको शायद एक प्ले में ही देखा था ना, व्हेन ही स्काउटेड यू लाइक एज एन एक्टर.
मे बी
आई थिंक सो, बिकॉज बहुत बार ऐसा हुआ है आपके साथ कि आप प्ले में देख के फिल्म में कोई कास्ट करता है.
नहीं, एक दो दफ़ा आई थिंक मे बी इन राजू ईरानी, बट आई डोंट रिमेंबर. आई जस्ट रिमेंबर गेटिंग दैट कॉल. आई एम वेयरिंग द सेम शर्ट. छोटा सा फ़ोन था उस वक्त, उसी पे मैंने रिकॉर्ड कर लिया था गाना चुपके से.
वो गिव मी सम सनशाइन वाला, इतना सैड गाना है ना वो.
बट क्योंकि मैंने हाँ कर दिया था. मैंने कहा गिटार आता है बेटा? हाँ सर, बैंड है. तो कुछ नहीं था.
बैंड?
हाँ कुछ नहीं था. मैं लिटरली इसलिए मैंने रिकॉर्ड किया कि मैं अब रटना है, तो फिर सीखा फ्रॉम स्क्रैच. एंड फाइनली जब सेट पे भी पहुंचे तो प्ले भी नहीं किया. मैं इतना अच्छा सीखा था, लाइक आई न्यू एवरीथिंग. Suddenly in the middle of the shot, sir comes, and Amir sir was sitting there, and I'm like, shit, everybody's watching, and I'm playing it, I'm fully like in it, and I'm playing, and suddenly he's like, beta, dekho mat, just get lost and sing, enjoy the song. अब वो तो बोल रहे हैं, मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा है देखूंगा नहीं सर तो बजेगा नहीं, आता नहीं है. सीखा गया है,
देख के रटा है सर ये तो.
कॉर्ड सीखा गया है. So then I remember then I think Amir sir came to my rescue and he common chords बजा ले. What is common chords? So yeah, okay.
बजाएंगे सर, हो जाएगा.
हो जाएगा. You want me to? Then somebody came and said, yeah, you should just do this. And I said, screw it, okay. And I just literally imitated and just sang like my lungs out. My biggest issue on that film was कि वो मैं अपनी शर्ट पहना हुआ था, which is my own shirt. उन्होंने कहा था you wear this one only, it's perfect. वो jeans डाल लेंगे और जूते.
नहीं, बिल्कुल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट लग रहा है.
हाँ, so वो चेक शर्ट आज भी मेरे पास रखी हुई है. My biggest issue was कि उसमें एक शॉट है जिसमें I have to be on a harness, the death scene. तो हार्नेस के लिए ना उसमें छेद कर रहे थे, तो मेरा दिमाग सनक गया. मैंने कहा यार बट ये मेरी शर्ट में आप छेद कर रहे हो. So they like, yeah, so we'll get another shot. I said no. my shirt. I want my shirt. मुझे नहीं मतलब आमिर खान है, ये है, वो है, फलाना नहीं, shirt नहीं घुसनी चाहिए. So they stitched it back. They gave it back to me. And oh man, like now I think about it, I was like, I must have looked so stupid, naive, arguing about a shirt. जो fashion street से ली थी मैंने.
In 3 Idiots, it wasn't. I don't think it's a lead because of the, he's there. Important है, but
you have to think.
I'm sure that he's there.
वो दूर है, horizon है.
But वो lead का रास्ता, like, did you actually at any point want to play like a main lead in a film?
No, by then of course I was pretty, and Saeed Saab's film was a lead role. So that didn't come.
जो release नहीं हुई.
जो release नहीं हुई थी, but whatever, I thought वो जब आएगी तब आएगी. But this was like, okay, you know, fun part. That time I'd started doing stage in Prithvi, in NCPA, and whatever, Bombay theatre circuit. So I was very into, like, you know, it's the part and the character and everything, you know, and I'm like, it's fine.
एक सेकंड का ना गुड्डू भैया से झलक के आए एक सेकंड के लिए बिल्कुल. हाँ, कैमरा में दिखेगा एक सेकंड के लिए बिल्कुल.
Oh God. But yeah, so I didn't mind that. But now I think about it, it was a great start to whatever, you know, and I think the right way to start.
गुड्डू भैया से याद है मिर्जापुर is, do you consider that to be kind of वो जो breakout role होता है एक्टर का?
Oh, I think it was, because there was nothing done like that before. I'm not saying Guddu, I'm saying a season.
Mirzapur in general, yeah.
Like, it was first of its kind. I mean, Inside Edge, Sacred Games, Mirzapur, these were the first of this kind coming. I had seen this happen in the West. I'm like, so I suddenly, when I got this, and I wasn't offered Guddu to begin with, so I said, नहीं मुझे ना यही समझ में आ रहा है, because I think I can bring something to the table. And yeah, that's how it.
What were you first offered?
Munna.
Munna. Oh.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine you as Munna.
Yeah,
That's
but I mean, then that would have been my take on it. You know, I think Devendu did a great this thing, but like my take on Guddu was my take. I imagined him without hair. I imagined him, you know, in whatever avatar.
But is there something? वो character काफी एक arc है throughout the seasons, right? It's a very big character change.
Oh yeah, huge. I mean, third season's like, it's like, I don't even know if people are gonna.
They're gonna like it. Guddu भैया का तो cult following है बिल्कुल.
Yeah. Well, you know, you see, I like the choices that I get to make. I'm so I'd say privileged and even lucky that the makers allow me that.
When I was talking to Richa Chadha earlier, she talked about how.
You were?
Yeah, I did.
You've spoken to my wife.
I have spoken to your wife. This is sudden.
Okay.
Sudden energy shift has happened.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
Because now I know you. Okay.
But yes, I have spoken to your wife, and she was talking about how you guys don't do method, right?
Yeah.
Is that a conscious decision that you have made?
No, I think because of, for me, I can speak of a lack of education in that. I never got to study acting. I started then studying scripts, because you're working, you're rehearsing a script, a particular script in a particular context. So that's it. But nobody teaches you the grammar, right? Then you start learning the grammar of it as you go, you know, like full breath on a full stop, half breath on a comma.
Then speaking of Fukrey,
Yeah.
right? What was that experience like of Fukrey? Because I've read your Instagram posts and stuff. You found like this bunch of people.
Oh yeah. I think it was the most exciting time of my life. First time working with Excel. Probably the coolest, like, you know, cats out there who are producing cool films, and we were the underdogs. Underdog film nahi bolunga, but you know, it's like, yeah, coming from very
coming
rooted,
of age, it is underdog only kind of. Nothing going for them.
Nothing going for these guys. So I thought I really liked that, you know, and Brig had written a very cool script, and yeah.
उसमें भी गिटार है.
हाँ. उसके बाद से ही मतलब मैं भागा हूँ. I'm like, ये टुनटुना ना चल रहा है मेरे साथ. So yeah.
But speaking of Fukrey, also where you met Richa.
Yeah. I was a big fan of her work actually. I still remember the first reading we had in Excel
I'm also
office.
a big fan of her work.
है ना? I thought like I'd never seen a girl with that much range. Yeah. So when I met her, I was stupid. I felt I was dumb. I was just dumb.
She though said you were the only like one of the few people she could talk to on set.
Yeah, but trust me, I felt like, yeah, like on the table we're having lunch and, you know, so two items came off each dish because, you know, when you're a big table, so, but, and it's there, right there, but I said, oh, shall I bring you? Okay, so I'm passing the same thing. She said, but I have. I said, okay. And I found some reason to sit next to her, opposite her, so that she can see me and I can talk to her. But just some people you want to just hang with and chill with, and that's it. And we were great friends.
Some people just match your energy. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
and it wasn't anything like I'm trying to hit on her.
Yeah. No, in general, you like spending time with people sometimes.
Yeah. I just found a great friend in her, and eventually all of them.
Oh, I saw on your story only today that she was talking about how you danced badly on stage at some point.
Yeah, during the promotions. And apparently she found that very endearing. So.
ऐसे ही होता है. That's how it worked for me also. Just being completely idiotic helps sometimes.
है ना?
ये सब कुछ नहीं रखा है bicep में. It's
goofball.
Yeah. That's what works clearly. Yeah. So consider this a PSA, I guess. Goofballing is working.
So maybe goofballing is right. Yeah,
goofballing is apparently enduring, and that works.
Yeah.
Your Hollywood entry was straight with Judi Dench, right?
No, actually, no. I did a cameo. It was kind of similar actually on the other side. Fast Furious.
Yes.
And that was after Fukrey. I remember I was taking my first holiday, कुछ ऐसा मसूरी में वहाँ पे आया था. I got a call saying, please can you record this scene? तो मैंने अपने दोस्त को Vin Diesel बनाया. एक और दोस्त को मैंने Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris बनाया. देहरादून से बाइक पे मेरे दो दोस्त आए हैं बिकॉज पूरे मसूरी में हम भाग रहे हैं, इंटरनेट डाउन है. क्योंकि रिकॉर्ड तो कर लिया फ़ोन पे, अब इसको भेजे कैसे?
भेजना भी
है ना. तो इंटरनेट तो वो 2014-15 की बात है शायद, वो नहीं कनेक्ट हो रहा है. सो माय फ्रेंड बग्गा, ही केम फ्रॉम देहरादून. उसने कहा जिप फाइल्स के थ्रू मैं भेजूंगा, मेरा एंड्रॉयड है, कुछ है जो भी था भाई, वो जीनियस था उस वक्त. तो बारिश में आके ना, हाँ यार, वो लिटरली लाइक एक हफ्ते बाद आई एम सिटिंग इन अटलांटा जॉर्जिया, लाइक
because of a zip file.
Because of one bullet ride from like Dehradun to Missouri and zip files.
So you just got a call for casting for Fast Furious?
Yeah, no, someone I know, Purvi Lavinia, she at the time cast me. They weren't even casting in India. But I just like working with voices and stuff. I said, yeah, you know.
How was that experience though?
Life-changing. Actually life-changing now that I think of it. I always played down. But that was life-changing because you know, when you learn something new or suddenly you've seen something, आपका दिमाग खुल जाता है. You're like, my God, there's a whole world out there. Then you suddenly come back and you're like, wait, I'm looking for the wrong things.
How was the experience of that though, doing Death on the Nile? Because I love that movie. I genuinely really like that movie.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just fun to be part of. This was like this big party. You know, for 2.5 months, you're like these really cool people wearing the most exquisite suits that I've worn in my life. I mean, Kenneth Branagh himself is like a school of, you know, just exchanging notes with him and making a character that never existed before. I mean, George Kennedy played my part in the original one with Maggie Smith and Betty Davis, I think, all these guys. So it was written for, and it was called Uncle Cachadurian. So he brought it down, and this blind casting happened in my case, and you know, then Gal and my characters became cousins or whatever. And, I mean, we were literally the world map on the casting thing. हर जगह से लोग थे. That was fun.
Are you an Agatha Christie person?
Okay, there's history to that because I've grown up around so much Agatha Christie and P.G. Wodehouse. भरा रहता था because my mom was obsessed with. So I never read any of it. The first book I read was when I was offered the film.
Death on the Nile one, yeah.
So I read Death on the Nile. Loved it. It was classic. You know,
it is classic.
30s.
Agatha Christie is...
Yeah, very. But we used to love the show. Remember पहले आता था with.
Detective wala या story? Detective wala. I'm going to mess up this Poirot.
Yeah, Poirot.
Poirot, yes. The main like Hollywood role. Fast Furious 7 was a cameo, but Victoria and Abdul was the part where you were playing a very major role in the film.
Yeah, it was title role. Yeah.
And you were working with Judi Dench.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like, थोड़ा सा क्या कहते हैं, डर तो लगा ही होगा ना उसने पे थोड़ा सा तो एटलीस्ट नर्वसनेस नर्व्स एनीथिंग एट ऑल
It's the Dench. Oh my God. That was literally like meeting the Queen. I had never set foot in London before that. So I've entered and I'm meeting somebody who's probably more popular than the Queen at the time. So
who doesn't know Judi Dench?
Yeah. मतलब tourism पे भी उन्हीं का face लगता है. So and it was the cutest meeting ever because she, with her body of work, somebody who's won every award there is in the world, from Tonys to Oscars to everything. She's sitting in a room, both of us, because later we realized we have OCDs about reaching on time. We both have landed 15 minutes before everybody else. And she's cutely done homework on my filmography, which was nothing at the time. It was like,
so cute.
She's like, yeah, you in Fukrey, yeah, and this and something, and she listed out some really bad list of pop. So yeah, and I was like, I don't know what to say. And Stephen Frears, which was the bop of, directors. He's somebody who's reinvented himself over the years, over the decades, because I don't know how much of his work you've been exposed to, but from My Beautiful Laundrette, launching Daniel Day-Lewis, to High Fidelity, to Dangerous Liaisons, and then
Dangerous Liaisons is
and then Meryl Streep ka Florence Foster Jenkins was right before this. So actually Meryl Streep was supposed to at one point even do this, but I think Stephen and Judi have a very, very good bonding because they worked together before as well. So
Meryl reminds me. Meryl, dost hai kya? Meryl Streep reminds me.
Yes.
The Meryl Streep reminds me. Do you watch Only Murders in the Building?
That's the one show I haven't. I haven't seen.
If you like genre bending slightly,
I'm dying to watch it. I'm dying to. I think I was in a bit of a. मैं थोड़ा मायूस हो गया था. I tested for it at one point.
I would have loved to see you in Only Murders.
Yeah, it's quite bizarre though. So let's see. I'll watch it.
Let's see, maybe season 4 if they do one.
But now, I think it's amazing. The world is becoming smaller. I think this is not going to be a surprise anymore that so many more actors are going to be part of,
but still, seeing you in Hollywood was a big deal.
It was a big deal for me. It was a big deal, yeah. The last time it was Shashi Kapoor Saab who led a film in Hollywood.
Then, I might get this wrong. I always pronounce it wrong. Kandahar is the film.
Yeah,
Yes, was that right?
It's the name of a
My
city.
geography is so bad. I do not want to get into this. I do not. Was that a difficult project to do? Because it's action and it's very...
I was very excited to work with Rick Roman because I spoke to him during the pandemic and on call within 15 minutes. I've gotten to know that I've gotten the part just through a conversation. And so I realized this is another way of working, somebody who just talks to you and understands you in that little time. And then we started developing that character. So over a year, he actually spoke to me and we developed him. So it was very different on paper first. And the hard part was the training on the bike. Because I landed up a month before everybody else landed up. And I was just training on the dirt bikes. And I had to do a lot of it on my own because I had to know how to ride it on the dirt and learn skidding. And then slowly you do 180 and then, you do 90 and then you learn the whole 180 skid because you start and go again, coming off the truck, this little track. There was one climbing on the cliff, which wasn't me. That was my stunt double. I wasn't allowed. That was very dangerous.
As an actor, there is a social media presence that you have, obviously.
Yeah, really
right?
Bad one.
I think it's a pretty decent social media presence. But just on social media, there are multiple sides, right? You have people adoring fans, you have just absolutely people who just don't like you no matter what you do. So how do you kind of deal with that dichotomy?
You don't indulge.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can keep my sanity. Otherwise,
Focus on the good.
Yeah, when you want to feel good, you take out the good comments, right? I want to figure out another way, where next? What's the next part of evolution where we'll find this new way of communicating with everybody? You know what I mean? I was telling somebody about film marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine what if there was a stool and now that stool is fixed for everybody. You come stand on that stool and now 1 billion people in India know your film is coming or whatever. Okay. Now what's after that? Like why you? You know, will we start then using our brains to evolve further than just, 1 month before?
Yeah.
Generally it's a template, right?
Yeah.
Everybody is getting 1 month before trailer, excitement, Tindo Rapito.
I think
gotta be.
my friend said that to me. She was like, yes, everyone keeps saying technology has made it easy. But she's like, I think something should be hard to do.
Yeah.
I said, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's true. Something
Yeah.
should be a little tough to do.
And new, like, don't have to make a fool of yourself just so that, hey, notice me. But yeah, something. I don't know what. I guess the next evolution of communication I'm talking. I digress. Sorry.
It's okay.
So,
Digress.
yeah, on that note.
Yes, that's a great kind of
Yeah.
place to wrap this up.
Super.
We'll see what happens next. And I'm also very excited to see what you do next. And thank you so much for joining us. This was very, very fun. I almost hate to end this.
Thank you. Thank you.